And welcome to Key Stadium for a top 15 men's lacrosse matchup today between the Indianapolis Greyhounds and the Lindenwood Lions. Greyhounds 7-2 coming into today's contest. The Lions are 8-1. Thank you for joining me on the broadcast. I'm Harrison Silcox with you on what is a gloomy Saturday afternoon. We have seen rain on and off throughout the day here in Indianapolis. We'll see if it plays an impact in today's game. The Lions coming to today's contest. They're ranked at the top of the Great Lakes Valley Conference and 9th in the country. The Greyhounds are 14th. This is according to the USILA coaches poll. Greyhounds coming off a loss to Rockhurst. Their lowest goal total on the season. They fell to that game 9-5 on the road last weekend. Looking to bounce back this weekend with a top 10 win and could move into a tie for first place in the GLVC. It is senior day here for this Greyhound team as well. They're honoring 6 seniors today. In their final home game of the season, they do have 2 games remaining on the year. Johnny Major taking faceoffs for the Lions today. Caleb Parker, freshman, taking draws for the Greyhounds. Parker, 49% on the season. He's taken 135 draws. Major, 62% at the X. It's third best in the GLVC. He's taken 114 draws on the season. As we're just about ready to go here at Indianapolis for what should be a competitive game. These two teams met back in March. Lindenwood took that matchup 16-9. We'll see how the Greyhounds respond to that. Lions come into this one. They've won their last 6. Their only loss on the season came against Maryville way back at the beginning of the year. Jim Lang, the head coach for the Lindenwood Lions. Greg Stocks, head coach for the Greyhounds, as the first ground ball is picked up by Indianapolis. Moved upfield to Simonich, so the Greyhounds will possess. Kanzai Gary, one of the 6 seniors being honored today out on the field as it's circled around to Shunick. Right now this is Drew Billig. Rotates back, open shot for Shunick, and a bounce shot goes wide. Goaltender for the Lions. Connor Simowitz, 55% save percentage on the year. This is Wyatt Oyer carrying from behind. He's defended by Alex Eubank as it's circled around to Robb. Brian Robb with a short stick D-mid on him. Bounce shot rings off the crossbar. Gary with the rebound. His shot well wide to the right. Off to a hot start here as the Greyhounds get a fresh shot clock. Full 80 seconds. We've got a minute gone by here in this game. Oyer quickly goes up top to Shunick. Defended by Burkhart. Outside to Gary. Now here's Robb. Pass deflects off the stick of Simonich to the wing. Quick ball movement for the Greyhounds, but it results in a turnover. Lions on the clear. Brian Kullberg working upfield. First look at the Lions offense we'll get today. Grant Glazier straight out of the substitution box. Quick opportunity in transition. Barnett is there for the save. Shot was fired by Nolan Corker, I believe. So the Greyhounds on the clear. As the Lions, one of the more difficult teams to clear against in the conference. But the Greyhounds do get it across midfield. They have 20 seconds to do that, and they had plenty of time that time around. Brian Robb back out on the field. Looks like Greg Stocks will deploy the first midfield line once again for the second offensive possession today. Simonich back up top to Shunick, defended by Coulter Strauss, the short stick D-mid, as Shunick circles it around back to Billig. Now here's Robb. Defense slides. A nice catch at X. Pass out to Gary. And he bows to the sideline as he nets the first goal today. As you watch here, I believe it's Drew Billig at X. Look at the one-handed catch. Keeps the play alive. Head up to the middle of the field. Kanzai Gary, the senior, gets on the board. 1-0, 12:52 left to play in the first quarter. Greyhounds on top early in this one. Greyhounds are an undefeated 5-0 at home. The Lions, their only loss has come on the road this year. Faceoff is won by Johnny Major. Lions on the clear, 10 seconds to get it across midfield. They do just that. Grant Glazier with the catch. Rob Tucker backs it back around out on the far end of the field. It's Carter Collins, number 21 in black. We'll say his number a lot today. Collins, one of the top scorers on this Lions offense. Right now it's Rob Tucker with it. Now it's Collins. Shot saved by Barnett. Nolan Corker, another one. He got to the middle of the field. Barnett was there, though, for his second of the day. Austin Barnett comes into today's game, 31 saves in his last 2 games. He's been over 50% for his last 3 games. Of course, Barnett, last time he played on this field, set the program record for saves in a game. We'll see how the Greyhound goaltender plays today. Stocks moving into his next midfield line as it gets thrown around to Simonich, back behind to Billig. This Indianapolis attack was quiet in the Rockhurst game as a shot goes through again. Jake Zickel gets to the middle of the field and nets one. So the Greyhound offense has come alive today. Once again, Billig starts it from behind the cage, but Zickel does the work with his feet, dodges to his left. And the Greyhounds lead by 2 about 4 minutes into this one. Kanzai Gary and Jake Zickel, the 2 goal scorers so far today. And a face-off win for Parker, the freshman. Simonich. Feed over to Billig. Could not connect. Rolls out of bounds. A near opportunity for Indianapolis, but the Lions will take it. Belabradic throwing some heavy stick checks on Cam Smith. Lindenwood will set up. They've had a couple of good opportunities today. Barnett with a couple saves already. Ball's on the ground. Greyhounds are able to pick it up off the turf. Josh Jackson with the ground ball. Thrown out to Dougie Crawford. Crawford had to be moved down to close defense this year after some injuries. Arston throws one that bounces high above the cage. Jordan McKenzie, senior today, got injured earlier this year. Crawford has stepped up down at close defense. Billig back behind the cage. Kahlberg defending him as the pass rolls out to midfield, stays in play. Rob, a ton of speed, fires a shot. Simowitz was able to make the save. Kahlberg gets knocked to the turf. His pass goes out of play on the far sideline. The Lions tried to keep it in bounds, but it failed clear. A good ride from Indianapolis. Jack Sullivan carrying it now. She'll get it off to Gary and substitute back off the field. So the Greyhound ride does their job. They'll keep it on the offensive end with a 2-goal advantage. Oyer gets open, underhand shot from way outside. Simowitz was able to make the save. So back-to-back saves for the senior goaltender from San Diego, California. Kahlberg, long pass, and it wasn't a good one. Turnover in the ride, but a yard sale. Kahlberg's able to knock it back on the turf, but the Greyhounds pick it up. Bosch is there for the loose ball. Kyle Bosch comes into this game, 25 ground balls on the season. The short stick defensive midfielder for the Greyhounds from Michigan. This is the most recent goal scorer right now with it. Zickel as the Greyhounds will set up an offense. Doyle to the middle of the field. Rob, one more pass. Kahlberg turns it away as he picks up Zickel. Now Doyle fires. It goes wide, 30 on the shot clock. Brian Robb. Showalter defends him, stays on his hands. Gets the pass off, Fat X. Wrapping around is a goal for Drew Billig. And a timeout is going to be called by Jim Lang. Take a look at this last goal. Aggressive defense. They work it back to Billig behind. He gets the step, wraps it around with the right hand, and the Greyhounds lead by 3. We'll step aside on the GLVC Sports Network.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's
Number 9 team in the country trails by 3 in our top 15 matchup today. Harrison Silcox with you at Key Stadium. It's been all Greyhounds. We haven't seen a whole lot of the Lions offense in this one after the goal from Drew Billig, the junior for Indianapolis. Jim Lang, head coach for the Lions, called a timeout. He's talking things over with his team. They won this matchup earlier in the season 16-9. They're trying to stay alive as the top team in the GLVC. A loss here today would move the Greyhounds and the Lions into a tie for that first place spot. Right now, his team trailing by 3. We're seeing Michael Miachik at the faceoff X now for the Lions. So a different faceoff man out there, head coach Lang mixing it up at midfield. Ground ball, though, is picked up by Bela Bradic. The LSM comes into this game leading this team in ground balls. It's Bela Bradic, one of the seniors here on Senior Day. Here's a pick for Billig. Hands free, fires, it goes wide. Trying to find his second straight. Here's Simonich. He's got a short stick on him. Rolls back, finds Robb. Takes a shot. He misses. But Billig is there for the rebound. Shot or a pass here, you tell me. nonetheless, it's a goal for the Greyhounds. I think that was a pass. You look back at it, 4-0 lead, 6 minutes, 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Greyhound offense is rolling here on Senior Day. Ryan Robb took a shot there to get the pass off, and it pays off. Greg Stocks is looking for some more consistency out of his offense after only putting up 5 goals against Rockhurst, and right now he's found that, but the Lions get a much-needed offensive possession after the face-off win. Coulter Strauss was able to carry it in to the offensive end, and the midfielders will come on the field for the Lions. This is Rob Tucker up top. Moved around to Corker. He's had a couple shots today. Barnett, so far for the Greyhounds, has stood tall. Here's Tucker to his left. Oh, and a nice pickoff by Dougie Crawford. Played some LSM this year. Mentioned he got moved down to close D, and transition opportunity. Arston buries it in the bottom corner. Sam Arston's 5th goal on this season comes in transition. Dougie Crawford, you forced a turnover on one end, leads to offense on the other. 5:45 left to play in the first. And the Greyhound offense is coming out firing today. Sure, a response that Greg Stocks is happy with after they lost to Rockhurst over the weekend. This team's played well at home this season. Last time they played on this field was a game against Maryville. They won it with about 7 seconds left on a Brian Robb goal. 5-goal advantage, a little bit of breathing room here in the early going as we've got a scrum off the face-off. And it's picked up by Crawford. Nifty ground ball from the freshman. He's made a couple good plays of late here, forcing the turnover. He earns the possession here for Indianapolis. Here's Zickel. He's got 1 goal today. He takes it down below goal line extended. Now here's Doyle. Rolls back to Edwards. Simonich, open look. Save is made. And they're going to say the Lindenwood Lions were closest to it. Lions on offense quickly goes back to Peter Covington behind. Out to Collins on the wing. Have not seen too much of this offense today. We'll see how Jim Lang's offense will respond. Down by 5 with 4:16 left to play in the first quarter. Is Smith back behind. Local product, played his high school lacrosse in Fishers. Collins is able to pick up this ground ball. Midfielder Jim Lang moved him down to attack this year as it goes back to Smith. Weber's defending him. Smith to his right, steps in for a shot. It goes wide. And that will reset the shot clock. So either Barnett got a piece of it or the post did. Goes around. This is Smith again. He just took the last shot, this time to his left. Now he rolls to his right. Help comes from the Greyhound defense. Smith gets rid of it to the wing. A high bounce shot goes wide. Andrew Haas threw that shot at cage. Alex Wise. Now Smith again. Hasn't been shy to dodge on this possession. Try to get his hands free with the left. Ware comes in with the slide. It's moved back around to Collins. Good possession here defensively for the Greyhounds, but we've got our first flag down. Collins hits the turf. He's slow to get up. An extra man opportunity comes for Lindenwood. Smith not shy in the shot from range. Barnett able to make the save, but we'll get a stoppage in play as the officials address the flag on the field. As Carter Collins, a little slow to get up, got awkwardly wrapped up between two defenders, and it's going to be Josh Jackson, junior from British Columbia, who's going to go sit in the penalty box. I believe we're looking at a minute man-up opportunity here for the Lions, our first one of the day. Lindenwood, just 18% on the EMO this year. Collins has it. And a bad pass is going to roll out of bounds. He tried to throw it around to Glazier. Bosch, the short stick defensive midi, will start it off the reset as Brian Robb comes out of the substitution box. Robb running into a few stick checks. He's able to get rid of it to Simonich. Here's Kanzai Gary. He's going to draw the matchup from the long stick midfielder, Chase Showalter. At least on this possession, this is Brian Robb. So Schoeneck comes out. Strauss defending Robb. Pass goes to the wing, an open shot. It was saved by Simowitz. Goes up to midfield. Coulter Strauss does his job on the defensive end as he gives it off to Tucker. Glazier to his left. Throws it back to Collins. Now the wraparound, an open shot. Bounce shot goes wide from Corker. Lions getting outshot 16-6 right now. Sits back in the stick of Collins. Moved around to Tucker. Now Corker has it again to his right. Thrown back to Tucker. About 20 on the shot clock. Tucker trying to dodge on Belabradic. No room there. Here's a shot. Barnett makes the save. There's a rebound loose. Greyhounds pick it up. Corker had his hands free. Barnett was there for his fourth save of the day. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Long pass. Greyhounds get it across with about 3 seconds to spare on the shot clock. 5 seconds, though, to get a shot off. Time's winding down. Here's Robb with 1 second. It goes just wide, and the first quarter comes to a close. The home team is rolling on offense right now. They lead by 5. We'll have the second quarter after this on the GLVC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Racecom Buick GMC truck was just awarded GMC Dealer of the Year. Come see why. And drive away in a new Buick Encore for just $129 a month. Lease a new GMC Terrain for only $229 a month. Or get a third row Acadia for as little as $229 a month.
Get your next SUV from the GMC Dealer of the Year, Ray Skillman Buick GMC truck.
2 great locations, US 31 South
or I-465 and East Washington Street, or Ray Skillman.
Welcome back to Key Stadium. 5-0 Indianapolis Greyhounds leading here on Senior Day in a top 15 matchup, looking to avenge a loss from earlier in the season when the Greyhounds went on the road and fell 16-9 to Lindenwood. It was their first loss on the season. After that, the Greyhounds won 5 straight games before losing to Rockhurst last weekend. A win today moves UIndy into a tie for first place in the conference with the Lions. Lindenwood can move to that to stay in that outright first place spot with a win today, but a slow start for Jim Lang's offense. Lang's been the head coach for Lindenwood since 2014. He's had some good players, some good years with this program. Made the NCAA tournament in 2015. Had the country's best long stick midfielder that year who graduated and went on to have a very successful professional career indoor. He's gearing up to play outdoor this summer as well. Graham Hosek is an all-world player for Team Canada. But today's game, Lindenwood, they're trailing by 5. Looking for some help as we go to the face-off X. Greyhounds were 12 of 29 on face-offs in the first matchup. Jordan McKenzie took 16 of the face-offs that game. He's obviously not available today, but the Greyhounds get the face-off win there. And they're 4 of 6 today, despite Johnny Major, the face-off specialist for the Lions, who by percentage is the third best face-off guy in the GLVC. So a chance to make it a 6-goal lead. Billig getting to the middle of the field. He'll shoot on the run. Simowitz got a piece of it. That'll reset the shot clock. I talked with Greg Stocks ahead of this matchup. Simowitz shoots just above the goal. He said he wanted to get Drew Billig a little bit more involved. The attack for the Greyhounds is very quiet against Rockhurst, and Billig has 2 goals so far in this one. Here he is again. Fires high. This is Rob, the midfielder, inverting back behind. It's back in the stick of Billig. He's got a shorty on him now. We'll see if he tries to take advantage of a mismatch. This is Gary. He got the scoring started today, one of the seniors for Indianapolis. But it's poked free. A good stick check was thrown there by Kahlberg. It's still loose on the ground, picked up by the Lions. Trevor Lockwood got the ground ball. Bad pass out to the far end of the field. Simowitz is able to track it down and get it across midfield. This is Strauss as he throws it off to Smith. And the Lions will get their, looks like, top midfield line out on the field before they set up on offense. Collins. Shot wide right. Tried to shoot it around to Crawford. He did that, but he couldn't put it on frame. Alex Weiss. Defended by Ware. This is Smith. Belabradic defends him. Collins again matched up on the freshman. And he shoots and scores. Lindenwood is on the board. Carter Collins, senior from Minnesota, gets his 26th goal on the season. First matchup this year, Collins had 5 goals and 3 assists. So a little bit of a slower start for the Lions compared to the first time these two teams met. But they're within 4 with 12 and a half left to play in the second quarter. This Lindenwood team, very experienced team coming into this season, very senior heavy. 4 of their 5 top scorers are all seniors. As we've got a ball flipped high in the air off the faceoff, and it's picked up by Parker. Flipped over to Crawford, and the Greyhounds are on the clear. This is Susi. About 7 seconds to get it across midfield. A bullet of a pass out to Arfston. Doyle out of the far end. Simonich. Doyle. One more to Oyer, who goes 5-hole and scores. Lead is back up to 5 for the Greyhounds as the freshman continues to have an impressive year scoring the ball. Really showed out earlier this year in the first game on this field against Rockhurst as he nets one there to answer the Lions' first score of the day. 19 goals for the freshman from New York. Two players collide at midfield off the faceoff. Belabradic comes in to clean up the ground ball. So a tough break for the Lions. Greyhounds will move it back behind the goal. Simonich to the wing, catch and shoot, save. Quick clear comes from Lindenwood. And a flag thrown by the officiating crew. We'll see what the call is in the next dead ball. Lions with a free possession. Coulter Strauss has it out of the far end. He's got an offensive midfielder. Couple of them stuck out on the field for Indianapolis. Schoenig is one of them. Strauss is going to try to dodge on him from X. Goes out to Collins. Collins with the only goal today for the Lions. We do have that flag down with 40 seconds on the shot clock. Dodge from way up top. Collins, low angle shot, wide left. So we'll now see what the flag is. Schoenig has already taken a knee in the box, so take a wild guess. The penalty is going to be on 17 in gray. Cross-check 1 minute. With 10:16 left to play in the second quarter, this is the second man-up opportunity for Lindenwood. They're not as efficient as some other programs in the country are on the extra man, just 18%. Collins, though, will try to take a shot. Might have hit a post. It's a weird bounce shot. A ground ball ricochets right back out to his stick. He'll try it again. That deflects off of Evan Susi. Quick ball movement now from Lindenwood. It quickly goes to X. Collins, will he wind up once more? No, he passes. Back in his stick. He'll shoot again. And it's deflected by Belabradic that time. Collins, skip pass now, shot and a goal. Lindenwood finally cashes in. Alex Weiss gets his 4th on the year. Now Collins took about 4 or 5 shots. It seemed like on that man-up opportunity, he elects for a skip pass through the Greyhound defense. Winds up in the stick of the junior Alex Weiss from Texas. He cashes in. Second goal allowed on the day for Austin Barnett. As the Lions will go back to the faceoff X, where they're just 2 of 8 today. And a procedure call goes against Caleb Parker, the freshman for the Greyhounds. First one of the half. You want to keep a tally on that? Glazier back behind the goal. Aggressive defense put on from Sullivan. Collins now from at X. Collins fires another one. It goes wide. Matchup between he and the freshman Dougie Crawford has been a fun one today here in the early going. Weiss, feed, Collins inside. 6-3, the lead has been cut in half. Back-to-back goals for the Lions for the first time today after giving up the first 5 goals. They're trying to stay in this thing with plenty of time left here in the second quarter. There's a procedure call against the Greyhounds on the last face-off. We'll see what happens here between Parker and Major. These ground balls have been scrappy so far this game. Not a lot of clean face-off wins. Arston's able to get it. I didn't even see the ball hop in his stick. Shot quickly, but saved from Simowitz. It was Simonich who threw it on Cage for the Greyhounds. We've got Simonich and Simowitz, two very similar sounding names. Connor Simowitz, the goaltender for Lindenwood. Simonich has the ball in his stick right now for Indianapolis, 50 in gray. Doyle, far side. Out to Zickel in front. Might have had some space, but it circled back around to Oyer. Now Billig, feet inside, behind the back from, I believe that was Zickel, went just wide. And it's a good idea. Try to get your stick more to the middle of the field on the shot as a pass goes high on the feed from X. Can the Greyhounds keep it on their end of the field? They do. Dougie Crawford making plays on the turf today. He keeps that one on the right side of the field to avoid the over and back. 20 seconds on the shot clock now for the Greyhounds. This is Doyle along the outside. He's matched up on Eubank. Billig behind under 10. Outside Zickel from range. It sneaks through. Jake Zickel with 2 goals today. We'll take a look at his second. From well outside, late in the shot clock. Goes low to beat the goaltender, Connor Simowitz. Seen 13 combined saves today between these goaltenders. Simowitz has 8. Barnett has 5 for the Greyhounds. Transition opportunity off the faceoff. One more pass to Oyer. Oh, the catch and shoot wasn't there. A shot clock reset signaled by the official right on the doorstep. But it was fended off. That's Kanzai Gary back out on the field. Pass goes to Rob. Now this is Schoenig. Out to Gary. Kanzai rolling back. It goes up top to Schoenig. Greyhounds active in their movement today. Simowitz able to get a hold of the ball on that shot, though. 6:20 left to play in the half. Lions on the clear all the way upfield. It goes to Coulter Strauss, the short stick D-mid. He's been active today in the clearing game. Carter Collins got a very quick release. And he's shown today so far he's not afraid to shoot it. Some crafty angles. He's shot around a few defenders at times. He's got 2 goals today, but it's back behind the cage right now. Andrew Haas, and then it gets passed around to Collins. Worked around to Weiss. He rolls back. Now Collins tries to shoot around Dougie Crawford, hits him in the back. Crawford giving up the body. We've seen multiple defenders step in front of some shots from Collins. Dougie Crawford a little shaken up, it looks like, after that shot. As he arrives with the 2-slide as the pass goes over to Collins. Out to Smith, who winds, fires wide. Back up, kept with Indianapolis. 14 on the shot clock. Collins is going to go pick this one up. Crawford still in the matchup, back at X. Now here's a switch. 7 on the shot clock. Collins with a short stick on him. Left-handed shot, and it sneaks through in the right corner past Barnett. Collins has a hat trick. I mentioned he scored 5 goals the last time these two teams met. Collins with a hat trick. He's got 28 goals on this season. He's also got an assist today as well. Lead cut down to 3 now. As you got another loose ball off the faceoff. Belabradic might have had it momentarily. The official did call possession. So he had it and then lost it. Major trying to find the ground ball, and then it's eventually picked up by Eubank, knocked back out of his stick. Billig applies the pressure. That's one way to get the sideline fired up. Greyhounds off the quick restart. Robb loses it in the cradle. So some sloppy play here. Billig gets another ground ball. Signal from the sideline to slow it down. Possess a little bit here with 4.5 left, and the Greyhounds having a 3-goal lead. The dodge on Boyle. Konzai-Gary with it. Extra slide comes. Finds Oyer. Got some space free. The shot was saved by Simowitz. New shot clock. Greyhounds have possessed a lot today offensively. Billig back behind. Big hit delivered from Borkart. Could be a turnover here. We've got a loose ball. And it is picked up by the Lions. Kahlberg gets it. Credit Borkart with a big hit on Drew Billig. This is Weiss out on the far end. Josh Jackson defending Collins this time around. Elsewhere on the field, though, is a shot and a save. Glazier threw it. Barnett made the save. That's his 6th today. We've had 11 goals in this one here in the first half, but goaltenders have seen plenty of shots. We've seen plenty of saves as well. This is Oyer. Now Doyle. Swim dodge. Guarded well. Zickel with the extra pass. Oyer, low angle shot, rings off the crossbar. The team that just scored 5 goals in their last game out. Very aggressive shooting the ball today. Big reason why they have 7 goals. The offense is working well for Indianapolis as Doyle carries it all the way behind. Back behind the cage is Oyer again. Now Doyle gets some space. Left-handed shot goes wide, but a good way to get to some space there for Mike Doyle. Doyle, a sophomore from Pennsylvania. Here's Billig, though, right now. He's defended by Kohlberg as it gets worked back around the cage. Edwards with it. Doyle, shot on the run, was deflected. It goes back out to midfield. Greyhounds pick it up, and I believe they just ran off sides with it. We did have a whistle on the field. And it is going to be a call against the Greyhounds. Here's the clear. Coulter Strauss gets it to the middle of the field. The shot was thrown on cage from Covington. Barnett makes the save. We do have a flag down on the field now. So that will be addressed, likely going to be against the Greyhounds. So penalty is going to be on Zickel. Shot, goal goal Lindenwood. And a flag's in the air after that. Andrew Haas takes it himself. Took a shot from behind. Officials, they talk it over. There is the goal mouth that does come into play in situations like these, the half circle you see in front of the goal. You're not supposed to land in there or touch the goaltender, but officials talk it over. They're going to say it is a goal. I believe Haas was pushed in the back anyways, which is why the flag came out. So Lindenwood has been served a couple extra man opportunities. They've converted on the last two. I believe the referee is in front of both benches trying to sort out what the call is going to be. And right now what we're seeing, it's Lindenwood's ball. Scoreboard still shows 7-5 with 1:37 left. And it looks like we're all even. And 6-on-6 lacrosse, despite the flag. So that's what we'll roll with here with 1:15 left to play in the half. This is Collins along the outside. Jackson is defending him. Switch comes from the pick as Jackson's going to get matched up back on Collins again, who slips and falls. Loose ball. Greyhounds get it. Under a minute left to play. We'll see if Indianapolis can get one more goal here in the first half. They lead by 2 after leading by 5 earlier in this one. Greg Stocks has timeouts if he wants them, and he will use one here. 7-5, Greyhounds by 2 with 44 seconds left in the half. We'll show you those last 44 after this on the GLVC Sports Network.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU,
And welcome back to Key Stadium. Greg Stocks called the timeout here for the Greyhounds, who lead by 2. A chance to get the last shot here of the quarter. So out of a coach's timeout, Indianapolis trying to capitalize here on a gloomy Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining me on the broadcast. I'm Harrison Silcox with you today. It'll be Schoeneck out on the far end to start with it out of the timeout. Schoeneck is going to be defended by Preston Borkart. We'll see how much time winds down on the clock before the Greyhounds decide to attack the cage. 35 right now, Brian Robb. Greyhounds pretty active. Catch and shoot. Let's tap it in. From right in front of the crease, 8-5, Greyhounds take a 3-goal lead. It didn't take long for them to get things going. Defense, ball watching a little bit. And Billig, just a soft touch in front. .32 seconds left to play. Still plenty of time for something to happen. Parker and Major back out at midfield. Parker's able to poke it out. He wins it himself. Got tripped up afterwards. No flags come out from the officiating crew. Ball's down once more. Belabranic, one of the Greyhounds, in on it. Nate Weber's trying to chase it down on the far end of the field. Major's able to scoop it up briefly. Then it's picked up by the Lions, and a timeout's called from Jim Lang. Cam Smith able to grant the Lions a possession. We'll keep it here for now with just 14 seconds left in the quarter. 8-5, you see the score. Greyhounds lead by 3. Jim Lang, those got an opportunity to draw something up similar to what Greg Stocks just did. The Greyhounds had a ball with about 45 seconds left in the quarter when Stocks called his timeout. As you take another look back at that last goal. Starts with Brian Robb up top. You just see Billig cut around from X. Great awareness from that offense to find the open man. The only criticism you might have is how early the Greyhounds scored, as it's led to Lindenwood now to have a chance here with about 14 seconds left. Gives a chance here to talk about Jim Lang, the head coach for the Lindenwood Lions. They do come into this game 8-1 on the year, first to the GLVC. Jim Lang spent half of his life with Lindenwood University. He started there as a player back when they were playing in the MCLA. Then he hopped over as a graduate assistant, then eventually became an assistant coach with the team. He was there as they made the transition from the MCLA to NCAA Division II. Took over as head coach in 2014. Just his second year with the program was their first tournament appearance in 2015. And right now, they're one of the teams under consideration in the South region to make the tournament, as Lang's team now out of the timeout. What's he draw up? Quickly goes back behind the goal to Glazier. 8 seconds left, and Glazier gets it poked out of his stick. So the Greyhounds defense up to the task with 14 seconds left in the half. We go into this one 8-5. The Greyhounds lead as both teams head into the locker room after the first 2 quarters. We'll have some halftime stats for you next. And the third and fourth quarter, plenty of action left in this one between these two teams in a top 15 matchup on the GLVC Sports Network.
At Aqua Systems, we believe in one simple idea, that it should be easy to get great water. That's why we provide a hassle-free sales process with money-back guarantees and the best warranties anywhere, all on equipment made in the USA. In fact, at Aqua Systems, we make it so easy to fix your home's water that 9 out of 10 people who shop with us buy from us. Contact Aqua Systems today. You'll love your water.
Looking for Indy's best barbecue? Swing by City Barbecue. Our barbecue is smoked the way it should be, low and slow over local hickory wood. Our teammates whip up our classic barbecue sides and mouth-watering desserts from scratch every day, too. When you think about it, barbecue's perfect for any occasion. Tonight's family dinner, Friday's office lunch, next weekend's tailgate, or your next fancy event.
Check us out at our 6 Indy area locations and learn more at citybbq.com.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
This global pandemic has challenged us all. No one is immune to the profound effect that it has had on our lives and our livelihoods. This pandemic has brought many things into a clearer focus. We thrive best when in community. We treasure our freedom. We have much more that we want to see and do. There's still so much more left to experience together. At Free Enterprise, when challenges come, we meet them with new resolve and new plans. Anything else is just a bus ride has been our brand promise since 1976. And part of that promise is to do everything within our control to ensure your well-being and safety. These extra precautionary measures and procedures make group travel something we can all look forward to again. Free Enterprise also follows all federal, state, and CDC recommended guidelines. In addition to our standard cleaning and sanitary practices, we've implemented extra precautionary measures, including a new monofoil electrostatic spraying system. This same system is used in hospitals and by legacy brands like Disney. Rest assured that at Free Enterprise, we always take great pride in going above and beyond to provide you and your group with the best care and service possible. We're excited to get our wheels turning and your group moving. Reach out to our Free Enterprise team and book your group's charter today. Travel Free Enterprise, because anything else is just a bus ride.
Meet Kate. These days, space around her house is tight. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we can help Kate and you find your space with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
GMC truck was just awarded GMC Dealer of the Year. Come see why and drive away in a new GMC Acadia for as little as $229 a month. US 31 South
or I-465 and East Washington Street or RaySkillmanCars.com.
Listen, do you hear that? I get here early so I can enjoy some peace and tranquility, but not anymore. Before very long, there'll be a bunch of families here, and there'll be a bunch of rugrats running around, ruining what used to be a wonderful, quiet place. But oh no, the Hound Pound Nation will be here. They'll be raising havoc. This place will be bedlam before very long. I wanted to enjoy myself and have a great, peaceful moment before this game starts. But you know what? It's really worth it.
Welcome back to Key Stadium. I'm Harrison Silcox with you at halftime, where the Greyhounds lead by 3 in a top 15 matchup against the Lindenwood Lions, 14th ranked Indianapolis with 8 goals, the 9th ranked Lions with 5, as we'll take a look at some first half statistics. Greyhounds scored the first 5 goals in this game, and you see they're out shooting the Lions by 10, 32-22. Greyhounds put up a lot of shots there in the first 2 quarters. Saves, though, goaltenders have been on it today, each over 50% through the first half. Barnett with 6 saves, and then Simowitz, goaltender for the Lions, with 9. Ground balls, we've seen a lot of them, and a lot of them off the faceoffs, too. Not a whole lot of clean faceoff wins, but 17-10 ground balls in favor of Indianapolis. Faceoffs, it's the Greyhounds who are getting the better of it right now. 8 of 13 at X, just 5 of 13 for the Lions. As we wrap up our first half statistics, it is worth mentioning that the last time these two teams played these two teams played, it was the Lions who won the face-off battle. As our score right now at halftime, 8-5. We'll have the third quarter after this on the GLVC Sports Network.
Pandemic has challenged us all. No one is immune to the profound effect that it has had on our lives and our livelihoods. This pandemic has brought many things into a clearer focus. We thrive best when in community. We treasure our freedom. We have much more that we want to see and do. There's still so much more left to experience together. At Free Enterprise, when challenges come, we meet them with new resolve and new plans. Anything else is just a bus ride has been our brand promise since 1976. And part of that promise is to do everything within our control to ensure your well-being and safety. These extra precautionary measures and procedures make group travel something we can all look forward to again. Free Enterprise also follows all federal, state, and CDC recommended guidelines. In addition to our standard cleaning and sanitary practices, we've implemented extra precautionary measures, including a new monofoil electrostatic spraying system. This same system is used in hospitals and by legacy brands like Disney. Rest assured that at Free Enterprise, we always take great pride in going above and beyond to provide you and your group with the best care and service possible. We're excited to get our wheels turning and your group moving. Reach out to our Free Enterprise team and book your group's charter today. Travel Free Enterprise, because anything else is just a bus ride.
Racegum Buick GMC truck was just awarded GMC Dealer of the Year. Come see why and drive away in a new GMC Acadia for as little as $229 a month. US 31 South
or I-465 and East Washington Street or Racegum.
Just about time for the third quarter here at Key Stadium. I'm Harrison Silcox with you on the broadcast this afternoon. It's an 8-5 advantage for the home team on Senior Day for Indianapolis. Before we get started here with this second half, mentioned some of those seniors that are being honored today, all six of them actually. Kanzai Gary, the midfielder. Jordan McKenzie, defender. He's not able to dress due to injury. Jack Belabranich, another one, the long stick midfielder. Tanner Tracy, another one, Nathaniel Weber, and Duncan Ware. Those are the six seniors for the Greyhounds are being honored today on Senior Day. This is their last game at Key Stadium in the regular season. They will go on and play on the road against Quincy, a team that they beat earlier this year, 17-4 on this home field. For the Lions, they have a couple games after this as we look back at the Greyhounds' opponent today. Two more home games for them against Davenport and against Rockhurst before the GLVC tournament gets going back at Lindenwood. So there's a chance that these two teams could play each other again for the GLVC championship. They are 1-2 in conference standings. Greyhounds could move into a tie for first with a win today. Lindenwood 8-1 in the year. Greyhounds are 7-2. As teams will jump into their final huddles before the third quarter gets underway, Drew Billig has 3 goals and 2 assists. He leads the game in points so far today with 5. Greg Stocks is looking to challenge him, get him more involved in the offense this week after the attack. Had a very quiet day last weekend against Rockhurst. Jake Sickles also got 2 goals. Kanzai Gary, Wyatt Oyer, and Sam Arfston each have 1. Carter Collins got 3 goals and an assist for Lindenwood there in those first 2 quarters. Also, Alex Weiss with a goal and an assist. And then also Andrew Haas netted a goal as well for Lindenwood. As it is a bit of a rainy day, umbrellas are out in the stands here. We'll see how that affects the play. Rain's been off and on throughout the day, so I'm sure it's a slippery surface as well as Parker. Nice face-off win, the one-handed ground ball, and the Greyhounds look to get right to work on offense. This is Brian Robb down to the far side. Borkart, the short stick D-mid, defending him. Quick ball movement. finds Gary on the crease. Simonich is there for the loose ball. The save was made, though. Lions on the clear. Long outlet pass. Helps him advance it across midfield. Trail check comes in from Arfston. Loose ball. Bela Bradic picks it up. Just under 14 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Rob possessing now. Again, it's the Greyhounds with a 3-goal advantage. Schunik down the left alley, goes back behind a Billig. Quickly rotated around for Indianapolis. Rob, shot, score! He hits the left corner. Brian Robb with his first goal today makes it 9-5. Greyhounds lead by 4 here with 13:35 left to play in the third quarter. Top 15 matchup today. Back to the faceoff X between Parker and Johnny Major, the faceoff man for Lindenwood. Greyhounds 9-15 on faceoffs today. Parker gets the better on the clamp here again, but it turns into a ground ball. The freshman Wyatt Oyer gets underneath it. And the Greyhounds with a chance to make it a 5-goal lead. It would match the largest lead that we've seen today. The Greyhounds scored the first 5 goals to open the game. Since then, the Lions have been trying to inch back. They got it as close as 2 when it was 7-5. A late goal in the second quarter made it 8-5 by Drew Billig. And then Brian Robb just netted the first one of the second half here. Makes it 9-5. Rotated around to Simonich. Now Edwards out to the wing. Shot, it goes wide. It was Wyatt Oyer. His freshman's been active today. Oyer does have a goal this afternoon. 30 on the shot clock. This is Mike Doyle up top. Feed the crease, turn, shoot. Simonich. Shot could not fall. Ground ball is picked up by Matthew Jung, number 6 in black. That helps set up the clear for Lindenwood. Pass goes ahead to Preston Borkart. He'll roll past Oyer, get it across midfield. So it quickly goes back to X. 12 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Up top to Tucker, to his left. Ware is there to settle in on defense. Now Carter Collins, the matchup against Dougie Crawford resumes. Now Tucker along the outside. Goes inside toward Corker. Back out to Tucker. Tucker dodging on Jackson. Now this is Alex Weiss. Feed goes up top to Collins. He's not shy. Barnett, big save from the rocket shot. Goes out to Arfston. He zooms across midfield. 11 minutes left in the quarter. Arfston to the wing. Indianapolis with a shot and a save. Simowitz, goaltender, showing out here today. Back and forth we go here in this second half. Tucker will settle things up across midfield. Moves it with a pass over to Andrew Haas. Haas defended by Arfston. Now here's Smith. Freshman from Indianapolis. Haas with it again. He's got Crawford on him. Now out to Josh Jackson, who defends Collins. Collins fakes the flip before he moves it over to Haas. 20 on the shot clock, 10 minutes left in the quarter. Smith behind. Belabradic is on him. Shot clock down to about 10. Smith with his hands free. Bounce shot goes up over the goal. Shot clock down to 7. Pass deflected inside from Haas. And that'll be a turnover. Greyhounds run the other way with it. Bosch. Numbers in transition. Feet across the crease. Oh, and Oyer nearly had a highlight reel goal. Now it quickly comes the other way with Lindenwood. Up across midfield. Shot, it goes wide. And with no backup, that's a tough break for Lindenwood, who probably wanted to possess that. Peter Covington threw it at Cage. This is Weber upfield. Greyhounds are perfect on clears so far today. That wasn't the story the last time they played Lindenwood. Teams are just clearing at 74% against the Lions. Oyer working toward the middle of the field before it goes back around to Robb. Pass goes to the wing. Schoenig shot. Looked like Simowitz got a piece of it. That resets the shot clock. Here's Gary. Shot from deep, and the bounce shot goes in. Gary matches the largest lead of the day for the Greyhounds. 5 goals. It's 10-5. Last time the Greyhounds led by 5 was when they rattled off the first 5 goals of the game. So with 8.5 left to play here in the third quarter, Greyhounds looking to upset the number 9 team in the country here on Senior Day. And right now the recipe is working with what Greg Stocks has cooking up today with the offense. Now the question is, how does Jim Lang's team respond? Johnny Major, the faceoff man, into the offensive end. Shot, it goes wide. Johnny Major, mentioned him a few times. 62% of the year. He's one of the better faceoff guys in the GLVC. Dedicated to the craft. He does train with Anthony Kelly. He's a former outdoor professional faceoff guy. Anthony Kelly also seen some professional years in the indoor box league. So anytime you can train with a guy that stature, it's always good for you. Jim Lang likes what he has at the Face-Off X, but right now the Greyhounds are winning the face-off battle as Collins had a good opportunity that just went left of the cage. Back up one by Lindenwood. Glazier is back at X. Goes back around to Weiss. Now up top to Tucker. Tucker, plenty of room, steps into one, and a well-timed stick check is thrown by Josh Jackson. Tucker couldn't come down with his hands. Here's Covington back behind. Covington's been quiet today. He had 4 goals the last time these two teams met. Tucker's going to try again along that right side. Finds Covington, who shoots wide. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 7:17 left to play. Weiss back behind. Belabradic defending him. Tucker, this time he'll go to his left. That shot goes wide again. That time it was thrown on Cage from Corker. Tucker again tries to dodge. Shot clock winds down. Violation on the Lions. That's 2 long possessions for Lindenwood that they've come up empty. So Greyhounds defense holding strong here to start this third quarter. Sullivan across midfield. The one-man clear works for the Greyhounds. Jake Zickel with it now. He's got 2 goals today. Pass to Billig. He's able to keep it in play. And it gets him a step on his defender. How about that for Drew Billig? Largest lead of the day for Indianapolis. Billig's got 4. 4 goals, 2 assists for the junior. Take a look back, just not the best pass. And you see 16 in black, Brian Kohlberg kind of come out to try and get that ground ball. Billig was able to keep it and stay in play, and it just gave him a step. Ground ball is making a big difference in this game. Greyhounds 20-13 for Lindenwood. And that was a big one there. Major and Parker will go at it again. At midfield. This time Major gets it, no problem. So the sophomore does his job. It's Adrian Thompson out on the far side of the field. I do not believe we have called his name so far today. Jim Lang has not been shy about the roster adjustments he's had to make with this team, shuffling around the attack in the midfield as the pass goes inside. That might be a little bit of what we're seeing today with Adrian Thompson out on the field as a call here against Indianapolis. Will keep it with Lindenwood. Not a flag, though, but it just looked like some sort of loose ball push or a push from behind as Cam Smith, playing in his hometown of Indianapolis, off the crossbar. Cam Smith has not been shy shooting the ball today. We'll see if Lindenwood goes back to him here in a few moments. This is Weiss carrying it now. Weiss rolling to his left. Shot goes wide there. Grant Glazier with a good opportunity. Lindenwood, 33 shots in the game. It's a matter of putting some on cage here. Barnett, though, does have 7 saves. This is Cam Smith again. Sophomore. Rolls to his right. Shot. He's hit 2 posts on this possession. And I believe a Lindenwood Lion was playing without his stick down on the field, so the Greyhounds will get it on the clear. Peter Covington, it looked like he just pushed the ball with his right hand. Weber. Simonich. Pass goes to Drew Billig down low, and a turnover there. So a long possession for the Greyhound defense, and then the Greyhounds turn it over in transition. Transition defense that time for Lindenwood paid off. And I believe Wyatt Oyer might have been offside. I don't know for sure. And now a flag is in the air from the officiating crew. We'll see what that might be. Looked like Oyer fell across the midfield line as he was trying to force a turnover, but it also could have happened somewhere else. Oyer's going to come out and play some defense, though, which is a sign that he was the player who was offsides. Might as well move him down, play defense 7-on-6 for a little bit. As Collins shoots, Barnett made the save, so it'll reset the shot clock. Regardless, we're going to have a flag addressed on the play. It looks like it will be offsides. It's an offsides call on Oyer. The Greyhounds, they turned it over in transition and then get a flag called on them while they were on the ride. We'll see how Lindenwood answers here. They've had a few man-up opportunities. They're 1 of 2 today. Just under 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. It's moved rather quickly. Greyhounds hanging on to a 6-goal lead. Goes to Weiss on the wing. Glazier with it up top. Out to Tucker. Covington goes back to Tucker. Covington once more. Bounce shot. Barnett is there to make the save. Mention Barnett has been over 50% in 3 straight games as Dougie Crawford runs into 3 different Lions. Scrum for the ground ball. Covington tries to get underneath it. And Dougie Crawford gets it. Oh, what a nifty flip out to his goaltender in Barnett. Now Lindenwood, they wanted a call, and I believe, the Greyhounds didn't get it across midfield in time. Quickly off the reset, nobody was ready, and Collins makes it 11-6. And Carter Collins just had it off the reset, and it looked like maybe nobody was ready for it. A strange developing play as Collins was able to bury it, keep this one interesting. 3 minutes left to play. Lindenwood down by 5. Nice ground ball for Parker. Throws it back to the middle of the field. Arfston able to get it across. So the Greyhounds get the faceoff win after Major got the last few. That's been a fun battle to watch today between a couple younger players. Johnny Major, a sophomore for Lindenwood. Parker, freshman for Indianapolis. Here's Wyatt Oyer. He's going to roll back, defended by Trevor Lockwood. Now it's in the stick of Billig. Back to the wing. Schoenig knocked to the turf. Good defense put on from the Lions. Here they come in the clear. Bit of a sloppy pass up to the middle of the field. Cole Trulander is able to help get it across. Brian Kohlberg has it right now. And Kohlberg pass hits the turf. A little bit sloppy here. Kohlberg gets it back. And another loose ball. The transition game has not been pretty here this quarter. Collins finds it. 1.5 minutes left to play in the third. Carter Collins has 4 goals today. He's carrying it now. We'll see if he can bring the Lions within 4. 1:20 left to play. Cam Smith. Sullivan's there to provide the defense for Indianapolis. Shot, it goes wide. Back into the stick of Smith, though. 20 on the shot clock. Smith defended by Jackson. This time he'll feed, tries to find Covington. He gets knocked down. And Barnett able to get the ball in his stick. Under 1 minute left to play. Greyhounds will clear. We've still got 1 more quarter to play. It's been an exciting game. At times it's been a little bit sloppy. We've seen saves. We've seen goals. We've seen a lot here at Key Stadium today. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Greyhounds by 5. Their largest lead of the day has been 6. Brian Robb with it now. Under 20 left to work with. $10 on the clock now. Billig, he's got 4. Well wide. 7 seconds left. Wyatt Oyer. To his right hand, middle of the field, shot. 2 seconds left. You'd imagine there'll be a quick feed here, if anything. And it goes nowhere. So 1 more quarter left to play. Greyhounds lead by 5, 11-6 in this top 15 matchup on the GLVC Sports Network.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's...
Welcome back to Key Stadium. Fourth quarter. We're getting ready for it here, and what's been a fun one. The Greyhounds lead by 5, but we've seen no shortage of action here at Key Stadium today on the senior day for Indianapolis, their last home game on the year. Drew Billig, the junior, 4 goals, 2 assists for him, 6 points. He's only shot the ball 9 times. Greyhounds out shooting Lindenwood 44-38. It was the Lions who got off to a slow start. They led up the first 5 goals of the game. They've tried to inch back, but the Greyhound defense has stood tall today. Lindenwood's had a lot of possessions go late into the shot clock. Austin Barnett with 9 saves. Connor Simowitz with 13 saves, though, from Lindenwood. The goaltender's trying to keep his team in it as much as possible. And it has been a fast-paced, physical game. And the Greyhounds look to close it out on senior day. As they chase down a ground ball out on the far end. I can't tell from up here who it last touched. And it last touched a Lion. So Billig will have the ball off the reset. And that's how you want to start the first quarter if you're Indianapolis. And for Lindenwood, they're going to be looking for some goals. Carter Collins, the only player with more than 1 goal today. He's got 4 of the Lions' 6. He had 5 goals the last time they played against Indianapolis, but he had more help from his supporting cast. It's a bad pass here. It's going to go across midfield. That's over and back. Ground ball quickly picked up off the reset. Showalter throws it back out up top to Coulter Strauss. And we've got a flag down on the field. It did not see what happened. Happened away from the ball. It'll be the 4th penalty on the Greyhounds today. Lions are 1 of 3 on the man up. We're still even, though, at the moment. Flag won't be assessed until the next dead ball. Swim dodge, shot, goal. And Lions are staying alive, down by 4. Grant Glazier gets his first today, his 7th on the year. That is the first goal we've seen since 3 minutes and 1 second were left in the third quarter. That was a goal scored by Carter Collins. So now 4 different goal scorers for the Lions. Greyhounds are 12 of 20 on faceoffs. Johnny Major able to grab this one, though. 9th faceoff win of the day for Lindenwood. Major, shot, bounce shot goes above the cage. Covington had the backup. Carter Collins back behind now. And moved around to Cam Smith as the Lions will set up in their offense. Trailing by 4. Smith, shot, Barnett, save. Collins is there for the rebound. A brand new shot clock for Lindenwood. Top 15 matchup, number 9 team in the country, down by 4. Winners of their last 6. And the feed could not be connected. Ground ball picked up by Indianapolis. Bela Bradic grabbed it. They tried to throw it inside to Andrew Haas. Could not connect. Evan Susi carrying upfield. Collins comes from behind, knocks it loose. Brian Robb was there for the timely ground ball. Nearly a caused turnover forced by Collins, the attackman for Lindenwood. Jim Lang talks about them. They very much enjoy the ride. This is a team that throughout much of the season has not been easy to clear against, but the Greyhounds have had no failed clears so far today. Robb, middle of the field, out to the wing. Quickly goes behind to Billig. Schoenig, shot, saved by Simowitz. Ground ball picked up by Eubank. Eubank upfield, and he'll give it off to Strauss. Lindenwood a chance to bring it within 3. The top 2 teams in the conference going at it here. Greyhounds 14th in the country. Tucker looking for some space. Pass back to the middle of the field. Could not be completed. Glazier goes out and picks up the ground ball. Stripped free from behind. Tucker grabs the loose ball with 35 in the shot clock. Reversed back up to midfield. Shot doesn't get through. Corker couldn't find any room. It's picked up by the Greyhounds. Duncan Ware with a bad pass to Oyer and a turnover. Goes quickly back the other way. Just under 11 minutes to play now in the 4th, so a little bit sloppy on the clear there for Indianapolis. Eubank carries it here. 5 seconds to get it across midfield. The Lions, they got the ball across midfield, but it wasn't in a player's stick. Greyhounds take advantage. Find a Billig open. And the junior runs to find some daylight. And the Greyhounds can set up the offense. Greg Stocks going a little bit deeper into his midfield. Mike Doyle with it. We've seen this group a lot today, though. Not unusual. A lot of depth on this Indianapolis team. A lot of players coming back after the unfortunate end to last year's season as Oyer's got the short stick matchup. He's defended by Trulander. The freshman throws it off to Edwards. Bodies his man. It's Cam Smith defending Edwards. Now it goes back to Billig. Kahlberg defending him. Billig roaming from X. Pass. Looked like there might have been some room for Doyle. He elects not to shoot. 20 now to shoot for Indianapolis. Edwards, double team comes. He's able to hang on to it. Matthew Jung throwing a lot of stick checks his way. 10 on the shot clock now. Simonich around GLE. Passes out of it. Underhand shot was deflected on its way there. 5 on the shot clock now. Out to Billig. He fires a shot, and Simowitz is there for the save. Connor Simowitz nearing 15 saves, and that was just his 15th save today. 15th. Kahlberg throws it up ahead. They get it across midfield with Rob Tucker. So the Lions down by 4. Both goaltenders in double-digit saves on the day. Both of them are over 50%, including Simowitz, who's at 58% as far as his save percentage goes. This is Collins. Jackson is defending him. Collins with 4 goals already. Inside on the low angle. And that's a goal for Carter Collins. Give him 5. Two games against the Greyhounds for Carter Collins and 10 goals. He's also got an assist today as well, so that's 6 points for him. Carter Collins has been the man offensively for Lindenwood today. He's the only player to have more than 1 goal on that team as we go back to the faceoff. In this game, getting a little bit closer here as we wind down in the 4th quarter with 8:40 left to play. A wild tie-up on the face-off. Johnny Major's able to get the better of it. This is Coulter Strauss carrying it before he gives off to Tucker. top midfield line back out there for Jim Lang. Bosch applies some pressure to Corker, who will give it off to Collins. Collins scored the last goal. This time he'll pass out of it. Pass inside. Oh, the shot goes just above the cage on the bounce shot. Great ball movement from Lindenwood. They'll say Barnett got a piece of it. The shot clock will reset. Here's Weiss. Crawford defending. Weiss is one of the 4 goal scorers today for Lindenwood. This is Corker up top. Collins shot. Barnett was there. What a quick release. Heads-up play from the goaltender. Outlet pass does not go Bosch's way, and Collins has it in his stick again with a brand-new shot clock for Lindenwood, trailing by 3. Jim Lang, head coach for the Lions, and Greg Stocks. They've played each other 6 times if you go back to Greg Stocks' days at Lake Erie. Lang has only gotten the better of Stocks 1 time, and that was earlier this season. Greg Stocks is 5-1 when coaching against Jim Lang, as they played or coached against each other back when Stocks was at Lake Erie, as a shot gets deflected. But those teams were in the ECAC. Obviously, the Greyhounds were in the ECAC for a little bit when the program was first started. But Lindenwood had never beaten Indianapolis until they had played this year, as the Greyhounds get the successful clear. 6.5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. So how do the Greyhounds respond? They've given up the last 3 goals. And they'll first talk it over. Greg Stocks calls the timeout. 11-8 our score as we step aside on the GLVC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Ray Skillman Buick GMC truck was just awarded GMC Dealer of the Year. Come see why. And drive away in a new Buick Encore for just $129 a month. Lease a new GMC Terrain for only $229 a month. Or get a 3rd row Acadia for as little as $229 a month.
Get your next SUV from the GMC Dealer of the Year, Ray Skillman Buick GMC truck.
2 great locations, US 31 South
or I-465 and East Washington Street, or Ray Skillman.
11-8, Greyhounds by 3. Greg Stocks just called a timeout as his team looking to beat a top 10 opponent for the first time since they beat Belmont Abbey in the tournament a few years ago. So we'll see what the Greyhounds drew up, trying to extend the lead back to 4 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Again, a win today moves the Greyhounds for a tie into first place with Lindenwood in the GLVC. It would be Lindenwood's just 2nd loss on the season as Schoenig just fires a shot that Simowitz was able to get the save off of. So they come up empty out of the timeout as it's thrown up near midfield to Knowles. Adrian Thompson has it now. Nate Weber defends him. Weiss throws it out to Thompson, who has it up top. Weber is on him at the moment. 5.5 left to play. Cam Smith again. He's been active, but no goals yet. Feed to the crease. Barnett, a post-to-post save. What a save by Austin Barnett. Greyhounds on the clear. They find Tracy, one of the seniors today, Tanner Tracy, 23 in gray. First time he's been mentioned on the broadcast. Barnett with a huge save on the doorstep. Moves from one post to the other. That is not an easy save to make. As Edwards moves past the help defense that came in his direction, gives it off to Billig. 4.5 left in the fourth quarter. Greyhounds by 3. Can they increase it to 4? Billig back behind. Here's Oyer. He's got a short stick on him now. Truelander defends Oyer. Help comes quickly from Lindenwood. Wyatt Oyer, the freshman, he's just got 1 goal so far today. This is Mike Doyle. Out to Zickel. Now it moves to Edwards. Edwards rolling back. Help defense comes from Alec Eubank before it's moved back around. 4 on the shot clock. Greyhounds come up empty here. Mike Doyle just kind of ran out of room on his way to the crease. Kohlberg setting up the clear for Lindenwood. Thrown all the way up, a bad pass. Lindenwood's able to get it, but it's knocked to the turf. Barnett grabs the loose ball quickly on the outlet to Arfston. Can the Greyhounds create transition, or will they play it conservative with the 3-goal lead and time winding down? You look at the shot clock. It's got just under 70 seconds on it. You wonder how the Greyhounds can play it with the amount of time they can take off of the clock. As the first line midfield is back out there. Schoenig. Back to Gary. Now over to Rob. How much time will the Greyhounds use on this possession? Rob gets open in the middle of the field. Shot save Simowitz. Keeps it at just a 3-goal lead with 2.5 left to play. Lindenwood's got to move here in the fourth quarter. Grant Glazier at midfield. Loses the ball. He can't pick it up off the turf. Glazier chases it down himself. The one-handed cradle gets him into the offensive end. He'll roll back out, and a bad pass goes to midfield, over and back. Billig. Numbers in transition. Brian Robb. One more to Weber. Oh, he couldn't catch it. Simowitz runs out of the goal. A ground ball with 2 minutes left to play. Picked up by Lindenwood. Carter Collins comes out for the outlet. Imagine Lindenwood wants to score quickly here. Down by 3 under 2 minutes left to play. And we're going to get a timeout from Jim Lang. We'll see what he draws up after this. You're watching men's lacrosse on the GLVC Sports Network.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's
11-8, Greyhounds by 3, but it's the Lions who will have possession out of the timeout that was just called by Jim Lang. Lindenwood looking to avoid their second loss on this season. They've won their last 6 games. They haven't lost since they played Maryville back at the end of February. They lost that game 8-7. And at the top of the GLVC, the top 4 teams of this conference, it's almost like an any given day situation. The Greyhounds were able to sweep Maryville, but they barely did it. They scored with 7 seconds left the last time they played them. Maryville beat Lindenwood. Greyhounds beat Rockhurst, then lost to Rockhurst. It's those top 4 teams. It'll be a fun conference tournament this season, as the Lions are going to need 3 quick goals here to remain all alone atop the conference. Here's Collins. Goes back behind, a feed in front, doesn't work. Loose ball for Indianapolis. And they can run out just about all of this clock if they hold on for the entire possession. Lindenwood's got to be aggressive on defense here. Here's Brian Robb with it. Kanzai Gary. Zickel's just going to carry it way out to that far end of the field. So a big way to bounce back if you're Indianapolis. They scored just 5 against Rockhurst a week ago. They put up 11 on the 9th-ranked team in the country. Lindenwood, in terms of goals allowed, as you've got a timeout on the field at Greg Stocks calls with 49 seconds left to play. It's a big win for the Greyhounds. It'll move them to second place, or tied for first place in the GLVC. They're second place right now, as after today's game, Lindenwood, it's looking like they're going to fall to 8-2. The Greyhounds will move to 8-2. So it just makes the conference a little bit more fun as the season winds down. Lindenwood came into this game, though, with opponents clearing at just 74% against them. The Greyhounds are 15 of 16 on clears today. And they're one of the better defenses in the conference. They don't allow very many goals, allowing about 6.4 goals per game. They've only allowed 58 goals on the year in total. The Greyhounds able to put up 11 on them, though, today in their home field on Senior Day. Mention those seniors one more time while we're in a timeout. Kanzai Gary, Jordan McKenzie, Jack Belabradich, Tanner Tracy, Nate Weber, and Duncan Ware were the 6 seniors honored before today's game. And they're looking to finish out their careers well. There's still one more game after this on the season for Indianapolis, but it's their last home game of the year. It's a big reason why we're seeing Senior Day here today. Drew Billig will have it out of the timeout. It looks like he's going to be double-teamed by Chase Showalter and Brian Kohlberg as he gets the ball from the officiating crew. Lindenwood needing to force a turnover. Billig's going to be able to run out of that double team. Tries to throw it back across the field. Kohlberg takes it away. So Billig with the turnover. Can Lindenwood answer? Here's Collins. They're down by 3. 30 seconds left to play. They need a lot to happen as a pass goes to Kohlberg in front of the crease. He couldn't finish. A successful clear all but wraps this game up for Indianapolis. A little bit sloppy with 20 seconds left. What a pass, and what a stop for Barnett. What a way to end the game as a flag is thrown. We're going to have a quick stoppage. Barnett with the save on the doorstep off a long pass from one end of the field to the other, right on the crease. Alex Weiss was there, but Barnett, a highlight reel, 14th save of the game. So this flag's going to be addressed. Dougie Crawford gets called for the flag, the penalty. 14 seconds left as Carter Collins will have the ball in his stick. We'll see if they can do one more goal. Lindenwood does just that as Barnett gets beat. A quick pass down to the crease to Andrew Haas. We'll make it just a 2-goal lead, but likely too little too late. Lindenwood does score, or has scored, the last 4 goals in this game, but the lead that the Greyhounds built to start proves to be enough. They scored the first 5 goals of this one, and they never looked back after that. Greyhounds led from start to finish. Major and Parker back at the face-off X. Likely our last face-off of the game. And with the ground ball picked up by Indianapolis, thrown ahead to Oyer. This Senior Day win goes to the home team 11-9 And an upset to boot. The first top 10 win the Greyhounds have had since beating Belmont Abbey. Don't go anywhere. We'll have some post-game coverage for you after this. You're watching men's lacrosse on the GLVC Sports Network.
At Aqua Systems, we believe in one simple idea, that it should be easy to get great water. That's why we provide a hassle-free sales process with money-back guarantees and the best warranties anywhere, all on equipment made in the USA. In fact, at Aqua Systems, we make it so easy to fix your home's water that 9 out of 10 people who shop with us buy from us. Contact Aqua Systems today. You'll love your water.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Buick GMC truck was just awarded GMC Dealer of the Year. Come see why. And drive away in a new Buick Encore for just $129 a month. Lease a new GMC Terrain for only $229 a month. Or get a third row Acadia for as little as $229 a month.
Get your next SUV from the GMC Dealer of the Year, Ray Skillman Buick GMC truck.
2 great locations, US 31 South
or I-465 and East Washington Street, or Ray Skillman.
And welcome back to the GLVC Sports Network. I'm Harrison Silcox with you on the call. 11-9, the final score here on Senior Day. The Greyhounds get the win and a top 10 win as well. Lindenwood ranked 9th in the country. You see the Greyhounds 14th. Top 15 matchup between the top 2 teams in the conference. Indianapolis now moves into a tie for first place in the GLVC. Each of these teams have a few games remaining. At least Greyhounds have 1 game remaining on the road against Quincy. Lindenwood still has Davenport and Rockhurst to play before the GLVC tournament goes out to their field. Let's take a look at some final stats today. 49 shots for the Greyhounds. They were narrowly outshot by 1, 50-49 saves. The goaltenders, they put on quite the display today. 17 saves for Lindenwood, 14 for Indianapolis. Ground balls, big reason why the Greyhounds were able to have the advantage they were was the 9 extra ground balls they secured over Lindenwood. And then also another part of that is the faceoffs. Indianapolis lost the faceoff battle last time they played. 13 of 23 they were today. Lindenwood was 10 of 23. Leading point scorer on the day, Drew Billig had 6 for Indianapolis, 4 goals, 2 assists. He was tied in point production with Carter Collins, the midfielder converted to attackman for Lindenwood. He had 5 goals and an assist as well for 6 points. But the final score, 11-9, the Greyhounds get the better of this top 15 matchup. 2 teams that could very well see each other again in the tournament. But that'll do it today. One more time, your final score, 11-9. Thank you to Noah Rolson running the production on the broadcast this afternoon. And that'll do it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. You've been watching men's lacrosse on the GLVC Sports Network.